Hi there, my name is Jersey Drozd. I'm a cartoonist and teaching artist, and today I'm going to paint this drawing I did of Paddington Bear, and if there's time, this drawing I did of a Robert Burble. Let's get started now. Okay. So, there we are. There's the two drawings that I did. These were penciled in Clip Studio Paint, printed out onto Canson watercolor paper, and inked with brush pens. And now I'm going to go ahead and paint them. No, I'm trying to say, no masking fluid this time. No drawing gum. So I'm sorry about wrecking up the inks. Let's start with Paddington. Be a simple one because there's not a ton of colors on the bear. Mix up some blue for his jacket. Get going on that. And actually, let's figure out what I'm going to do for my rim lighting. Rim lighting, let's do like a yellow-orange rim light. Some of that yellow. This is in the shot. I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Bigger brush for this. Slightly bigger. I actually started keeping a... Oh, hi there, tulips. Got new glasses, and it's kind of hard to read that red on blue in my chat client. Anyway, hello. Well, thank you, Tulip. Yes, this is Paddington Bear from the version I chose to draw is from the 1970s stop-motion animated stories. I don't know if you've seen those before. I imagine most of us have, but maybe you haven't. That's my favorite. Besides the books, it's like my favorite interpretation of Paddington. And drawing cute, brave characters is the theme of this ongoing art stream. So I stream every Tuesday, and I do ink drawings and watercolor paintings of cute, brave characters from fiction. No need to feel shame about it, Tulip. You know, the thing I teach comics classes, and I tell my students, it's awesome to not know things because that means you're going to learn something. That's why the job never gets boring. You could do a search on YouTube for Paddington Bear 1970s, and it'll show you they're like 10-minute short stories about this cute British bear. Actually, he's from Peru, but he moves in with his British family and gets into all sorts of misadventures. It's a children's book series, and it's one of my favorites. He has this thing that he does called his hard stare. When like you are impolite around him, he looks at you very hard, and if you're not ready for it, like the characters who are the recipients of the hard stare always like turn red for some reason. Like they feel like really uncomfortable under his hard stare. Let's see what I want here. I want some yellow, I think. Good. And Paddington has this hat that was given to him by his uncle before he moved away from Peru. And he's always extremely polite and always lifts his hat to say hello to people. There's an episode or a story from the series where he gets into trouble because his his friend, Mr. Gruber, takes him to an auction house. And he misinterprets everybody's signals at the auction house to be they're saying hello to him. So he keeps tipping his hat to all these people. And he's feeling very pleased at how friendly everybody is here. And he winds up buying all these really expensive things by accident. Poor Mr. Gruber has to pay for it. Stories like that. So just very sweet and charming. That's how I would describe his character. Okay, let's mix in a little bit of purple with that now. Shading. That's okay. I'm going to make that blue anyway. So, Tulip, are you new to this stream? Did you just like happen across it? I'm wondering how that happens on Twitch. I'm relatively new to Twitch. I'm familiar with Twitch, but I still don't fully understand how everything works on it. I'm learning, trying to level up as fast as I can. I had somebody tell me recently, like, oh man, I'd love to send you some bits. I'm like, what's a bit? I gotta learn that too. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, thank you for explaining that to me, Tulip. I did not know Twitch had that feature of like being able to search in that way. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't have a gigantic following on Twitch yet. And frankly, I don't know if I will because I am still experimenting with this. I'm not 100% convinced what the appeal is of. I mean, I know that it's interesting to watch people draw. I watch people draw, but I don't know what the audience is for that on Twitch. That's what I'm trying to find out. So like I simulcast to YouTube and Twitch and see what kind of uptake I get in the different platforms. So yeah, it's a bear themed stream today because after I finish Paddington, I'm going to work on another bear, one of the roe bear Berbils from the Thundercats. Oh, I fixed it. And I am a huge fan of cute bear characters in fiction, but am utterly terrified by bears in real life. In my youth, did a lot of camping with my fiance then and later wife, and all I could think about when we were laying in that tent at night is bears, 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 bears. It's like I love them when they're pretend. That's true. Yeah, this is different than like a pre-recorded thing, right? I think there's something to live because you can get that instant reaction, whereas like a pre-recorded thing, it's like uh I don't know about you, but for me, I don't feel like a lot of pressure to give it my full attention. Um and not that I feel like when I'm watching live streams, feel the need to give it my full attention. But there is something more to like, well, if I'm going to interact, I want to see how they react to what I interact with. So there's that. It feels richer to me. To me, your mileage may vary. But yes, it's also, I feel like this is good practice for me. Another reason I do is it's good practice for me to like practice presenting. I mean, I'm a teaching artist, so I teach comics courses on a regular basis. And one of the things I wasn't like really good at first was talking through a demo. And this helps keep me in shape of like basically formulating. Can I formulate thoughts while I'm working, both to communicate what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing, but also just to keep a demo. What I mean by demo, as I throw my brushes all over town, is like, so I'm teaching a comics class, right? So I might have to show the students how I do penciling, and so I'll start working on like some pencil sketches of an illustration, and I have to talk through why I'm doing it this way and not that way. So doing this like sort of keeps me in that practice of being able to talk while drawing. I didn't used to be able to do it. Like when I was first starting out, I remember I'd go to comic conventions and people would ask to, purchase a sketch from me, and I'd be sketching and they would start talking with me while I'm sketching. Cause like, what else? They're standing there watching me do it, and I would be like, what? I'm just concentrating. So it wasn't always the easiest thing for me to do. I'm a little bit better at it now. But like any skill, you could always stay in more practice. So what I'm doing right now is I'm mixing some purple in with the blue, because I'm working on a yellow light behind him. And when you have a light source of a specific color, the complement is usually in the shadow. So I'm playing with that. And I know the complement to yellow is more of a blue, but we already have blue in his jacket, so. I just got new glasses and learn exactly where to tilt my head in order to be able to see perfectly clear, because I've got like what do they call those? The progressives. I can see a little bit better when I'm working. And it's right there. That's the sweet spot. Okay. All right, smaller brush. I choose you. Let's get you in there. The game. Now see, I got a little spot here. Right there where the blue kind of overlapped with his jacket. Oh, Tulip, I do. Yeah, I stream every Tuesday. Every Tuesday at this time. So yeah, I just wetted my brush a little bit, and then I just run over the paint, and it can blend it in a little bit more so it doesn't look like a mistake. Look at that. Beautiful. I stream every Tuesday at, what time is it? 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And then I do a Thursday stream, but that's only on my Patreon, which the information is right above me on that. And the stuff I stream on Patreon is related to a graphic novel I'm working on that I can't share publicly, but I can share some of the process on Patreon. So I could talk more about that. I mean, I have basically an ad spot saved up for this. So it's right there, baronvonbear.com. So cute bears. There's the theme. So it's this little bear who is a cursed object handler who has a collection of many dangerous and cursed things. He's not an adventurer, though, and he gets his objects from questing heroes. But then his collection gets spread all across the world, and he has to become an adventurer to go get his collection back until he discovers that there's a secret about his collection that even he never knew. Middle grade graphic novel coming out in 2023. Working on it right now. That's part of the idea behind these streams, too, is like to do drawings of characters who are related to the ideas explored in that book. Do I want to do one more wash on his fur? I think I do. I'm going to get some water. I think this time I might add a little tiny bit of indigo to get that shadow color. Tiniest bit. You don't need much. See, a little bit goes a long way. That's got a glare of the light. But yeah, I went from that brown, the brown on the bear, to like this kind of grayish brown. Let's see if I can do this without ruining it. Trick is I don't want to overwork it. I mean, I don't want to like do so many washes that it starts to get like really muddled and blotchy looking. Trying to make this look somewhat effortless. Okay. Time to do his shopping basket with wheels, which is what he calls his little cart. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to move some brown into this little yellow area, get like a yellowish brown, a lighter brown. And when I do my Patreon streams, get some more yellow in there. I also tend to paint in Clip Studio Paint, which is a drawing application. It's a digital illustration tool that a lot of cartoonists use to make comics, if you haven't heard of it. And I use these brushes developed by a guy named Ray Frenden, Frenden, that actually mimic traditional watercolor really well. So this is my analog stream, and then Thursday, the private one, is my digital stream. Digital and analog referring to drawing. Oh, look at that. I forgot to color his other finger there. That's okay. I'll get to that in a second. Put a little bit of purple in there. Tiny bit. Do some shading on that. And then when I'm done with him, I got to do his hat yet. I will paint the little box around him, and then we'll be done with this one. Get that buttons. And for his Shopping basket with wheels, wheel. All right. Now to get my black gouache out. Where's hat? Need a lot of it because it's a big area, that hat. All right. Upside down so I can do this without worrying about smudging my paints that might still be drying on Paddington. And that a little bit more. Oh, uh-oh. I got put too much water on there, so it's lifting up the color. I have to do another coat of black on that, I think. Put down around gently. Wash my brush. Almost done. Pair of views, so you can also see close-up of the paints. So maybe what I'll do is I'll actually work on the yellow and orange behind him while I wait for that hat to dry, and then I'll do one last pass at the hat. Turn my paints around again. There we are. Oh, thanks. Thank you, Tulip. I mean, I'm new in the sense that I haven't been streaming on Twitch all that long, and I haven't really done a lot of active community engagement, getting involved in other streams, or really making a lot of noise about my presence on Twitch. But yeah, I have been working hard on like how to lay out a interesting looking stream layout, and because yeah, I mean, it's like when you're watching somebody draw live in person, you can see what their hands are doing, right? And you can like move around, you can look over their shoulder. So I was trying to think like, how can I mimic that experience so that you can see it from the various angles that you would be able to see it in real life. But thank you. I'm glad it looks okay. I spent a lot of time watching a lot of different videos from famous Twitch streamers, like getting a sense of like what seems to be the best practices. Okay. What am I going to do now? So I'm going to take another brush. I'm actually going to get a traditional brush, and I'm going to just wet the area in question. You can see a little bit, there's a little bit of yellow paint there because I had some yellow paint in my water glass left over from my other brush. I'm just going to wet this down ahead of time so the paint goes on a little bit more readily and speedily. Mixes better. This is so I haven't been watercoloring very long either. I've only been doing this for a couple years. And I actually learned this stuff I took a watercolor class at a community art center and picked up a lot. And I mean, I've since gone, done a lot of practicing on my own, but like, yeah, stuff like pre-wetting the paper, like I didn't know that. I've been making comic books and graphic novels for like something like a little over 2 decades. But I purposefully avoided doing like traditional art because to be honest, I didn't think I could do it. I was afraid of it. And I thought that, only really talented people could do that. I'm a cartoonist. I do cartoon drawings. And I didn't realize until I finally took a watercolor class, first of all, how interrelated these art forms are. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't let myself in on that, I guess. I mean, what am I trying to say? I think I was using that as an excuse to not try something I was nervous about trying, with like a lot of self-talk, negative self-talk about like, well, I don't do real art. But I love doing this now, even though I'm still like not super skilled at it. Like it's something where I can kind of get it to do what I want it to do, and I kind of think I know what I'm doing sometimes. But yeah, I really enjoy it now. Warm this up just the tiniest bit. Get a little bit more water. Blend that a little bit. There we go. Okay, that hat should be plenty dry. Let's get some more black in there. Mix that black with that indigo actually right there, because that'll make it nice and opaque. And if I don't fail on this one, like I did in last week's, I was painting Kermit the Frog, and I used that masking fluid, and it ripped the paper. If no calamities happen, I'm not counting my chickens yet, I'm going to put this for sale on my Etsy store, which is Tiny Astronaut. I will link to it when I close the stream. Error there. Let's clean that up. Yep. Let's get that let out just the tiniest bit. That's okay. You can wash it away with a little bit of water. So Paddington might be just about done. I think Paddington might be done. What I can do to close, get my multi-pen, my colored pen. Where's the sweet spot to look? There it is. Outline. Oh, missed a spot. Glad I did this. I'm just going to go over this outline. And fix that spot of orange that I missed. Is this dry enough? Dare I try to use my white pen? I'm nervous to try. How long have I been going? 30 minutes. All right, we're making good time. I always try to get at least one complete drawing by the end of the stream. I do here. Let's see if I can get my white pen going. I can. Just around the edges of Paddington here. Pop a little bit more. See, I'll get it up close so you can see what I'm doing here. See, you can just get a little bit of a white outline around him like that. All right. Up. And I think that does it for Paddington Bear. One down. Do the other one. The other one is Berbils from the 1980s cartoon Thundercats. If you're not familiar with these characters, they are these strange little, like, cyborg robotic bears who speak with, like, a vocoded voice. Sort of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like their voices are being run through a synthesizer. And they speak in this sort of, like, choppy way. And they're like these cute, like, warrior bears, kind of akin to Ewoks, but they're, like, extremely peaceful, and they can talk. I mean, they don't speak like a language like the Ewoks do. What color is his main metal body? Okay, it's like a brownish black. All right. What I'm gonna do? I'll pre-wet that. And so, like, they're really brave and strange and cute. They got, like, a weirdness to them that I really love. They're kind of somewhat inscrutable and odd. And they grow, as he explains in the first appearance of the Berbils, they grow meat fruit, veggie fruit, and candy fruit. And so I drew him holding a piece of candy fruit. I think I might switch glasses. Try this. That is a little bit better. Switch to straight up reading glasses. Too much. I think I need to merge a little bit more brown in there. Yeah, like brown and like just like the tiniest bit of red. See if that looks more like it. Not more brown. And I did not figure out what his rim lighting was going to be. bigger brush out. There you go. Okay, now while that's drying, if I can do some of the other areas on him. Oh, his neck is that color too, isn't it? All right. So now we're going to need some dark brown. So given all the brown on this character, I think I'm going to do... Oh, I forgot to do his upper arm there. I make his background color cool color, like green or blue. I haven't decided yet. Smaller brush is required for the next part because I have to do his ears. And very quickly, while the brush is very wet, do that arm. There we go. Ears time. Instead of his ears. Oh, it's that same color as the rest of his metal. Okay. Missed that too. I'll get it. I'll have to look up what the heck color candy fruit is. Can't remember. A little bit of brown there. Didn't want to. There. Okay, can I find a picture of Robert Bill with candy fruit? Okay. Okay. The inside of his ears real quick. Start mixing up some of his shadow color. Actually, I need to mix up a little bit. His cheeks have slightly darker color to them. Interesting. Okay. Vaguely more red. He's got like the robot equivalent of rosy cheeks. All right, what color are we to put behind him, though? That's the question. So I'm going to say maybe a blue. I'm going to put blue behind him, which means that he would have an orangish, reddish shadow, right? Let's say we do the blue first. Let's see it all come together. Things first. How am I doing on time? I have 15 minutes. 15 minutes to finish this. Add some blue now. Might do something else in there. I'm not sure yet. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now is get some of that light blue, a place where I can get to it. And we're going to rim light this guy up, 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 up. I'm not sure yet. This one, I'm at the stage right now when I'm drawing this where I'm feeling like it's getting away from me, and I'm not sure what I'm doing anymore. We'll see. I think I need to work on the interior shading before that rim lighting makes any sense to me. Dude, what are we going to do here? All right. So first of all, purple mixed in with this. I think that might be all she wrote for the dark fur, because I think I put too opaque of a paint on there. Yep, I did. Yeah, this one might have gotten away from me. I'm feeling like I'm losing it. That's part of the experience of leveling up. Is how did that line go by my friend Brandon Dayton? Your sketchbook is where you should be failing, because if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. And I, for one, am more than happy to fail publicly. And I'm not trying to beat myself up about this. I'm just saying, like, I'm not really crazy about the way this painting's turning out, but we'll see. I'm going to keep on pushing. see what I can do about that fur, though, before I call it good. How much time I got? I got 8 minutes to figure this out. All right, fur, what are we going to do about you? I'm going to need to get a nice opaque brown and purple mix. As we head into the home stretch. I'm using watercolor like gouache now, aren't I? More experienced watercolor artists are probably saying, yeah, that's what you're doing. It's okay. Trying to get this thing done. That's all part of the experiment. Okay, now let's try to do, in our last few minutes together, a little bit more blue going on here. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't get the fur around his ears. That dark brown. I was wondering why it looked so, like, kind of vague and without definition up here. There we go. Got a little bit more. Get a little bit of that. There. Let's get our black pen. I didn't finish his eyes. There we go. Now it's starting to look a little bit better. Paper. All right. 5 minutes to go. Why being so dramatic, Jersey? Well, it's because, like I said, I always try to keep this an hour or less. Oh, shoot. The ink was not dry yet. How's that saying go? Haste makes waste? All right. Starting to not feel so bad about it now. I'm starting to kind of like it. I'm going to get wet brush and get a little bit more purple in there. Just like real purple. there any more we can do? Or would you have me do? With our 2 minutes remaining. Can I dry it off real quick? Put my blue line around the edge. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the white line around him with 1 minute 30 seconds remaining. But I can give it a try. I'll start up where it's already dry. So yep, I didn't think I was going to put this one in the Etsy store, but I think I will. I think I like it enough that I don't feel weird about putting it in there. Got some paint there. Let's wipe that off. Bit of water. And dab it out. I spoke too soon about putting it in the Etsy store. There we go. Got you out of there. More bristly brush here? I do. There we go. Back to tracing with my remaining minutes. With my 10 seconds. Oh, I'm going to be over. I'm going to be over my time. All right. So once again, those who joined midstream, I do this every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Central. That'd be 10:30 a.m. Pacific. And on Thursdays, only for people who support me on Patreon, I stream Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. You can find these paintings as I finish them in my Etsy store, which is Tiny Astronaut. Tiny Astronaut and Etsy. And Patreon information is right above. You can see me working on my next book called Baron von Bear and the Case of the Two-Faced Statue. And you can join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month to get updates on the book's progress. You can subscribe to my monthly newsletter for free where you'll get little updates about the book. And I just launched a Discord for Baron von Bear. So you can join me there and get some behind-the-scenes stuff. And there's some Patreon-only channels there for behind-the-scenes stuff and for streams that I'm going to plan on doing there. So, with that, I will close and say there's the two pieces that I did today. Thanks once again for joining me. Until next time, I've been Jersey Drozd of jdrozd.com. Okay, bye.